Hello, citizens of the world. Welcome to the very first episode of my testimony series. First, I'd like to say a very big thank you to everyone who reached out to me after my first video. Thank you for the comments. Thank you so much for the prayers, the gifts, the calls, and all the love I received. God bless you. Thank you for watching and subscribing to this channel. And to everyone who reached out to me in my DMs, I want you to know that myself and my friends have been praying for you, and we will continue to pray for you. And we hope to hear your testimonies soon. So, today I'll be talking about worship and the word, and I'll be sharing how God used those two to drive out fear from my life. I'm usually one of those people who are quick to encourage others when times are hard or they are feeling a certain way. I would always say that the devil doesn't attack empty vessels, and he only becomes so desperate when he knows that a person is about to come into their blessings and prosperity. So attacking you is how you know that he's desperate. I didn't remember any of this encouragement from myself when my back started hurting in October. And if I said a prayer then, it was most likely a faithless one or even a thoughtless one said out of routine. I like to listen to music and I like to sing aloud when I work or do my chores, but when my back started hurting, I couldn't remember any song, and it never even occurred to me to listen to music, let alone sing. And I grew up in Mountain of Fire, where it was a tradition for families to learn Psalm 91. So in my house with my mom and my sisters, we'd recite Psalm 91 every day after devotion just before we went to school. And then like 2 years ago, I joined the Fountain of Life Church in Yellowbridge here, and I discovered it's also a tradition there that also includes Romans 8, 2 and 11. So I memorized that as well. But when my back started hurting, I forgot that I knew Psalm 91 or Romans 8. It took my uncle Wale reminding me about everything. He said to me, all those songs that you're always playing, this is the time to play them. And your Psalm 91 and Romans 8, this is the time to say them every day. It was like a light bulb came on in my head. And ever since, I would listen to lots of music, connect to my loudspeaker, and I would sing so loud. And I didn't even care if my neighbors heard or not. I didn't care about disturbing anybody. And at the same time, my aunt connected me to her Wi-Fi where she played Kenneth Copeland's 101 Healing Scriptures for me. And on some nights when I'd be in pain and I wouldn't be able to sleep, I would play the healing scriptures, block my ears, and I would shut my eyes, and somewhere in between I'd fall asleep. And it would keep playing, and then when that was done, it would play whatever song was next, and all of that was just going to my subconscious so much that I started to believe every word that I listened to, every prophecy, every promise. I started to believe them. So throughout diagnosis and all the tests that I had to do because of this, I would always ask to be allowed to plug my ears and listen to music during every procedure. And that's how God gave me peace and assurance during that time. Even after diagnosis, when I started treatment, we would break bread in my house, then we would go to the hospital. I would just lie on the bed and plug my ears because I didn't want to see anything, I didn't want to hear anything. So throughout the treatment, I would plug my ears and listen to music. And the Lord would just give me peace and calmness all the time. I often wondered why I wasn't afraid when I heard it was lymphoma. But of course, sometimes when I felt anxiety or a sense of being overwhelmed, I would remind myself that the name of Jesus is stronger, the name of Jesus is higher, so I'm not afraid. Up till now, I still tell myself that the devil doesn't get to decide anything that concerns my life. And I will say, Temi, the devil is afraid of you. I said it so much, and now I believe it without an iota of doubt. I say it and I believe it. The worship and the word that I had been feeding on was what gave me the assurance, because I believed so much with all my heart that God is able to save me, and because it is His will above all things that I may be in health. So I didn't have any reason to be afraid. So I just want to encourage you, set up a playlist of all your favorite worship songs and just worship the Lord out loud with your mouth. Because believe it or not, your worship is your weapon. And that's how you fight and win all your battles. That's how you fight and you conquer this disease. Because the devil wants to silence you and he wants to kill you. So we'll do the exact opposite and sing at the top of our lungs to our maker. Your playlist will evolve and it will change as seasons change, but Don't worry, just keep at it. Even when you don't feel like it, worship. God's got you. Enjoy this short playlist I've put together.